Here's another little short how-to moo production. One thing I've been doing it since the mid-90s, and the reason I do it is because I put on a brand new chain with a brand new clip. I made sure the direction was right, the clip was on correct, and everything else. And I didn't get 10 or 15 miles till I lost the chain. The clip had come loose. So I figured there had to be a better way. I don't use the swedge-on type master clips just because I change gearing a lot because I race, and so that's just not really feasible because I have to change chain lengths, things like this. I came back with this idea back in the 90s when I lost that first chain. It works extremely well. I've reused this clip many times. Basically, it's a secondary locking mechanism. I know some guys put silicone on, and that's kind of flexible. I've heard of those coming off. Some guys use a wrap of safety wire, but again, those also get loose. My main thing here is I use this is just 3M super weather stripping and gasket adhesive. They also have black. This is bright yellow. I call it Gorilla Snot. I don't know if the black's the same stuff. It probably is. This is kind of a plastic type stuff that actually hardens, but it's still just a tiny bit flexible. And the nice thing about this is that when it hardens, boy, that link is locked in there from inside and out. And it does take a little bit more work because to get it off, you have to spray it a few times with carb cleaner to soften it up to break it loose. And then to clean it up, you just put in a little bit of acetone to break it down, or you can use carb cleaner and scrub it off. But this way, it's a secondary safety feature so you don't drop a chain, which causes a lot of damage to the car behind you. If there's a car, the car can do a lot of damage to you. The chain can wrap up in the cases, destroy the motor, things like that. So basically this is just a little extra safety factor here. Now what I've done first is I've cleaned these pins with carb cleaner, make sure there's no oil. I've also cleaned the plate and the clip with acetone. And this is a little bit tight, which is okay. Alright, get that pushed in. And even with oil on the fingers, I like to just make sure everything's super clean. You can see a little bit of the yellow from last time. This stuff, I don't know what's in it, but it just adheres to metal like crazy. Like I said, you can't even really scrape it off. It just has to be soaked off in acetone or whatever. So that's clean. The ends of the pins are clean. When you put in your master, don't forget to put just a little bit of oil on the pins before you slide it through. And then I slide the plate on and take my yellow Gorilla Snot, which you can see it looks just like snot, bright snot, and I don't know if it's good for your skin, probably not, but what I'll do is I'll put it on the plate and the pins. This way the glue is underneath the clip, also gluing it to the plate. And you can see why we call it Gorilla Snot. So just get a nice coating there. And it takes a while to dry, so you can't use it immediately, so do this when you have to have a little bit of time for it to let it dry. And then, where are my pliers? There's my pliers. Then the clip, I've cleaned the clip. And so and it just slips on. Always remember, the close-in needs to go to the direction of rotation so it doesn't come off. Another little feature you need to do. Now you have to remember, when it's on top, the closed-in will be on the left. Now if it's on the bottom, it's going to be on the right. So just depends on which way you move it or install it, top or bottom. So you get a nice good click there. You can see it's just already setting up. And once that's clipped on, it's glued from the back. I know it's not pretty. Some guys might want to use the black instead. Like I said, it's probably the same stuff. But this way it's easier for me to find the master link. Get that off of there. But once that clips on there, you just kind of fill in your gap, run it around the outside of the clip so it can't move. Like I said, it's not pretty, but it's a lot better than losing a master clip. Like I said, these you actually have to soak this stuff off with acetone or carb cleaner. That's how good this stuff is, so that if everything's clean, that clip's just not going to come off. Boy, that's goopy. But there we go. That baby's glued on. So, and I'm also glued up too. Get this off of me. It's probably good for Halloween. Somehow. I don't know, it'd be kind of gross. But, okay. So that's all glued on there. Let that dry. Probably a few hours or whatever. And as you can see, it's just glued from every which direction, and that guy is not going to come off until you soak it off. So, hope this helps. If it's something you want to do, do it. I always do, and if not, there's always the swedge on type, or whatever other way you want to do it. But this way has always worked for me, and I've never lost a clip. So, there it is, guys. Thanks for watching.